you have serious lower back pain or stiffness and tightness? Well, I followed Athlean X's advice for getting rid of lower back pain, and I want to tell you just exactly what happened. Welcome to Dad Bod Fitness. If you and I are just meeting, my name is David, and I help crazy busy dads to be able to build a physique. If you want to maximize your muscle growth and strip the body fat and then transform your life while still leading your family, consider subscribing. For quite a while, I've been dealing with lower back stiffness and tightness and some pain. Can you relate? I know a lot of people suffer with it, and the struggle seems like it's never ending. For fear of causing myself further issues down the road, and because it hurts now, I decided to make a change. I followed Athlean X's advice on how to get rid of lower back pain and stiffness. I did it for 60 days consistently to see if it would make a difference. And I think you're gonna be surprised by what happened. Make sure though to stick around until the end of the video because I wanna give you a full strategy for getting rid of lower back pain. Athlean X has plenty of different videos on how to help fix lower back pain, but I followed specifically the video where he talks and instructs on how to do the reverse hyperextension. That's an exercise that's really gonna help strengthen your glutes and provide strength and power lower in the kinetic chain. He specifically talks about strengthening your glutes and building strength from the bottom up, initiating those types of movements with your glutes and then supporting with your lower back. So because I had this lower back pain and stiffness that I was almost positive was related to muscle weakness, I started doing this exercise every day, just like he recommends. And I started with about 10 to 12 reps, which is where he recommends to start with. Every morning, right after I woke up, this is what I would be doing. I would be doing this exercise. Each day, I also tried to start increasing my reps, increasing and improving my form to make sure that I was getting better at them. The fascinating thing is I actually increased my reps on this far faster than I thought I actually would. Within about a couple weeks, I was actually now doing about 15 to 16 quality reps. I'm talking slow movements, slow reps, quality movements that would focus on the contraction, and I'd be doing about 15 or 16 versus just 10. I didn't cheat through these reps, I did them slow, and I focused on the contraction. So, the big question that you probably want to know, did it work? Now the answer isn't as clear-cut as you probably would think it would be. So what I did experience is that within the first 30 days, in the morning after doing this exercise, most, if not all of the pain and stiffness would be gone by the time I had done the exercise. That alone made it super worth it. Then I hit somewhere around the 50-day mark, and at that point I was doing about 19 slow controlled reps. Now, a little caveat, he does say that you can do it twice a day. So if you're doing it twice a day for about 10 reps, then you're hitting about the 20 reps, which is right where I was. So at this point, again, like I said, it was about day 50 of the 60 days. And although in the morning, my pain and stiffness would be gone, it started to get a bit discouraging because really by the end of the day, I'd be right back where I started. The stiffness and the pain would come back. So I can definitely say that reverse hyperextensions didn't solve my lower back pain and stiffness, but it did massively help. So as I approached the end of this 60 days, I then started to include several other exercises that are geared towards lower back pain and stiffness. Most of these, which were actually recommended by Athlean X. So by the time I reached the end of the 60 days, I knew that only the reverse hyperextensions were not going to necessarily solve the lower back pain and stiffness. Now, I could be unique and unusual, but I would imagine most people are gonna run into that scenario. Once again, this is not to say that Athlean X's advice didn't work. It definitely did. It made a big difference. And I began including some of these other exercises that he recommends into my routine, and that also made a massive impact. And this is all, of course, in light of the fact that Athlean X has been under quite a bit of fire lately, but I still hold to the fact that a lot of his information and advice still holds up and provides a lot of value and benefit to people watching. And all of that, of course, could be for another video. Let me know in the comments down below if you do want to hear my take on that. Next up, I want to give you my full plan that I actually used in order to resolve lower back pain and stiffness. All right, so here's the protocol that I would recommend when you're trying to get rid of lower back pain and stiffness. All right, one asterisk here as well. Your lower back pain or stiffness might not actually be related to muscle weakness. And if that's the case, then these may not necessarily help you. I am not a doctor, and I wouldn't pretend to be, and I'm not a physical therapist either. So if you have some serious back pain, I would always recommend it's probably worth getting that checked out by someone in the medical profession. With that said, however, I have gone to a physical therapist for my fair share of injuries, and through doing that, I've actually found that a lot of the issues that I've gone to them for, I can actually just resolve on my own through consistency and focused effort on very specific exercises and strengthening. So the protocol is gonna look like this. At least once per day, I want you to be doing these reverse hyperextensions. And I have the video to Athlean linked down in the description below. You're gonna be doing about 10 to 12 reps. Then it's also important to be doing at least once per day, if you can, about 10 to 15 reps of the wall glute raise. Next, I want you to do the sideline glute squeeze. For that, you're gonna be doing that about once a day, 10 to 12 reps. And then at a minimum, after every lower body workout that you have, or if you do something like a full body split, so after each workout, make sure to gently stretch your glutes with any kind of glute stretching exercise. Try to do it for about 30 seconds. Don't do it to the point of pain or achiness. Just do it very gently to loosen things up. All right, finally, add hip thrusts into your training routine and try to do this just about one time per week. If you hit this exercise one time per week, about 8 to 12 reps, that's gonna do a lot to continually help strengthen your glutes and your lower back. And another optional thing to add into this routine is to actually go out and purchase a massage gun, one of those deep tissue massagers. I actually use the Opove M3 deep tissue percussion muscle massager. This was actually a fairly decently priced one. If you want to take a look at it, I'll throw it in the link down below. But I seriously love these things, and they're really awesome to really highly loosen and relax your glute, because your glutes are the biggest muscle on your body, and it's hard to foam roll and get deep enough. So I found the massage gun can actually get really deep and can help a lot with that. Now, if you feel like this just seems like too much to try and include, don't panic, don't fret. Cut it in half. Start it with just half of what I'm recommending and then go from there. But once again, I'm gonna put this up to you, is how much time is it worth to try and get rid of your pain? I had this struggle as well, trying to figure out how much time do I put into this. But when you get into a routine and have a certain time that you do these things, it really isn't that much once you put it all together. I usually do these in the morning because I am the most stiff at that point, and that helps massively. One other thing I'll throw out there, because my wife and I are literally in the midst of doing this, is considering our mattress as well. My mattress, I've found, plays a huge role into my lower back pain and stiffness. So that's something I'm gonna be looking at in the future, and I'd recommend you possibly thinking about the same thing if none of these exercises are helping. If you wanna maximize your muscle growth and get started on a complete training program that's gonna help get you set up with your training and nutrition, click the link down in the description below. It's gonna give you my free pull push legs program. You're also gonna find some great cardio exercises and an ab workout as well. If you like this video, would you tap that like button and like this video? It really would mean the world to me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Tap the notification bell as well so that you don't miss any of the future upcoming videos. And as always, be intentional, bring the intensity, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.